Hi guys, Ronnie here and welcome to the workshop. Today it's time for some more time trial tech. So if you watch my channel, you probably know about my Aerobar setup that I've used previously. So I've been using this very nice workshop one-piece armrest on my track speed concept together with the Ergo short mono extensions. And this, to be honest, is a super neat, super comfortable setup. The problem is that both of these items are now outside of the UCI rules, so you can't have a one-piece armrest anymore, and you can't have extensions that have a section of over 4 centimeters or 40 mil. So that's unfortunate. And I had to make quite radical changes to my Aerobar setup because of that. Last time around I've shown you already the Aerobar cups and base plate and computer mount that I got from Alden Carbon. So this is how I managed to change my Aerobar position. Well, it's just the installation really and not the position itself. And from a very simple, very nice looking setup, it ended up looking like this. So it's a lot more complicated, a lot more parts, a bit heavier as well, which is unfortunate, but those are the rules and we have to play by them. So the way I have it installed, as you may know, the track speed concept uses this mono riser, and on top of that goes the mono extension in a normal case. In my case, I have this part in the middle called the mono plug-in, which means you have the standard mounting interface and then you plug two regular 22.2 mil extensions into it. Now this part comes directly from Trek and it's ridiculously expensive. It cost me 300 euros, which to be honest is a rip-off. But I didn't really have a choice. So there you have it. And on top of that I have the carbon plate coming from Alden Carbon, 4 mil thick carbon plate. On top of that I have the two separate Aerobar cups secured with a 5 mil bolt that also goes directly through to the mono plug-in stuff, and then also a SRAM chainring nut and bolt. I've drilled a 10 mil hole in both of these parts and put them together with this chainring bolt, and it's a super neat setup like this. Then the extensions. Well, firstly, the Wahoo mount. This also comes from Alden Carbon, as you can see. It's just a piece of carbon plate, again, that extends and puts your computer where you can actually see it without going away from your position. So this is also a very nice unit. The fixing is not yet finalized because, well, my position is not yet finalized. I don't have my frame here now, because it was sent off for a modification. So because the zip extensions I have here are longer than the previous ones, I need to make sure that I still fit into the length limitation. So I can't really judge that at the moment, but it should fit in. Talking about the extensions, these are the Zip VUCA Evo 110s. These have a pretty high rise, as you can see, and yeah, the angled cups, well, they're angled at a 15-degree angle. Oh, that's a weird sentence. Which is the maximum that the UCI allows, and then 110 rise from the poles themselves. There's actually a limitation on this as well. So from the midpoint that I have marked here on the cup, you can have a maximum 10 centimeters of vertical space where your extensions can actually be, so not 10 centimeters below or above. This fits into there comfortably. I've also made a very special and sophisticated measuring device for it, as you can see. One problem I have with the extensions, or two actually, I'm not really satisfied with them, to be honest, is that the rise with these 15-degree cups is just not enough. So I would need my arms to come a little bit higher than this. But again, I have to see until I ride it on the bike. And they're also very, very long, which might not be a problem in a standard setup, but these mono plugins have the clamps right at the front, and also the poles themselves are not circular until only this point. So this is basically the shortest setting you can have, and it's still pretty long. It feels a bit too long for my arms, to be honest, but still I don't want to make judgments too soon. So I feel that these extensions, even though they look super nice, they're a bit off from this setup. I really like the way they're shaped. I really like the hold of them, because they're not just circular. They also have this gripper material at the ends, which is very nice. You don't need to put grip tape on them. You have this nice little interface for this E-tap click buttons, and also for regular shifters you can route the cable all the way in. Of course, if I decided to stick with these, I can just cut them off here to save some weight, and then drill some holes here, and then route the cables or the wires through the mono extension like on a standard setup that comes with a track. This way it's a little bit more messy, but as I said, it's not finalized yet. So yeah, it's quite good, it feels quite good, but I'm not really sure about it just yet. Maybe I'll order some other extensions as well. I was looking at the USE extensions, which have a 40-degree rise to them, and they're pretty short, so that they should fit. Or perhaps if you guys have some other ideas, I'm definitely open for those. I really like the standard ones, but not many brands actually do make this shape. I also like the fact that the zips bend inwards, so this is great for a narrow hand position like I have. But yeah, I feel I could use a bit more rise, particularly with these cups. But yeah, we'll wait and see. And of course, in January, the end of January, it's now confirmed, I'll do some aero testing in the UK, and yeah, that's where we'll have some exact numbers about my position. Okay, so this is all for today. This is how my aero position and setup is developing. If you want to know about further upgrades that I do to my time trial bike and my training, etc., and the rest of the preparation, then don't forget to tune into the channel and subscribe. It's all for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.